Flash.
Prep.
Send it. You understand the concept. So with this, you're going to take your rear two sights here, align it with your front sight, and then both of those, you're going to put it on your target. And if you use both of your hands, you're going to get better recoil control.
Oh, wow.
Have you heard the expression,
That is
slow
a
is
pretty
smooth and smooth is fast?
Yeah.
You want to apply that here too. So I'm a left-handed shooter, but I'm right eye dominant. So when I'm doing mine, you want to make sure it's slow. And then you shoot it. Controlled bursts when you have LMGs because they're designed as a suppression fire system, not as a marksman system.
I'd say right side clear, prepping flash, or if you're with another person, you'd say second man prep flash, flash ready, throwing flash, get covered. Deal with them.
So not bad. I, as the number one man, would never flash it. I'm sure you know that. So I would have it here. Prep your flash.
Flash prepped.
Send it. And I will come. Exactly. I would take one side, you take the other side, and make that as seamless as we can. And that flash I like. What is a room that had? I think there's more on this side. Let's try that one more time. Send it when you're ready.
Prep it already.
All right. So where were you when I came in?
I was.
Show me your path.
Here. I went over here and I followed the instructions and checked the other area. This area was blocked and you had already dealt with the enemies.
Yeah, I dealt with two of them. There was still one up here. So this is, like I said, I have no idea what the academy teaches you, so I'm kind of like winging it here, but there's 3 different types of rooms that you can deal with. You have center fed, corner fed, and then tubular. And this room right here,
they did not teach me this.
I'll teach you some of this because this is actually some useful stuff. It changes how CQB is done. So looking into it from this perspective, you can see that there are no walls right now, right? From where you are, you can see a wall. This would be considered a center fed room, which means if you walk in, you have area to your left, you have area to your right. So
a corner fed room would be kind of like this one?
Correct, because if we're stacking up on the wall here and we got our weapons ready, we can already see there's a wall. So we don't need to go that direction. We know that if we turn, there's a good chance there's gonna be a lot of open area here, making it a corner fed. And plus, actually, if you look at the outline of this wall, it's damn near perfect. So this is what a corner fed would look like coming into it. So the same in reverse. I can see a wall here. And I know that there's gonna be more to it. So this is now a corner fed. Does that make sense? The type of room that you're gonna be clearing makes a difference. So let's walk over here to make it a center fed. So in a center fed room, it doesn't matter how many people you have. If it's 2 people, if it's 6 people, it's the exact same. So number one man is never wrong in which decision he chooses to go. He has to choose to go left or go right. And whichever way the number one man goes, the number 2 man goes the opposite direction. That makes sense? So if I choose, we're here on a center fed and I'm going right, I'm going this way, I'm clearing this area, number 2 man needs to come in behind me and clear the area I haven't seen.
Left.
Correct. So that's a center fed.
And it's both of our duties to deal with the center area, if I'm correct. Could be wrong there.
Correct. So the way that it would work is they call it sectors of fire. So come back out.
Alright.
We're coming over here. I can see most of this area right here. So this is almost known clear. So when I am walking through, this is my sector of fire, what I can already see. I'm gonna come in, clear it, and as soon as I can see where those two walls meet, I'm gonna start moving over and going to the center of the room, making sure that the entire time I'm doing it, my muzzle is never sweeping past you. Make sense? You're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. So if I go right, you're gonna come in left and make sure you can see where those two corners meet, and then you're gonna start sweeping back towards the center.
Oh.
So
So
if I
basically, this is a big no-no.
correct, yeah. So this, you're flagging your own friend, because if I do that, looking at you, you're dead. I just shot my friend. Again, this is a video game, but at the same time, if we're applying realistic tactics to it, then you never want to flag your friend.
Especially in this game.
Right, and if you're going for a milsim or a PvP, like if you're doing this PvP, you can still apply this to like player versus player. But if we're going through and we're on fully auto, I'm gonna end up coming down to you and shooting you on accident. That's why muzzle awareness is important. So you got the concept of how clearing a center fed room works, right?
Yes, and a corner room somewhat.
How do you think a corner fed would work?
Alright, so we say... Okay, there's mostly wall here, so I don't need to go through that. And then I would push only this area. But I'm not sure how you do it with two people to avoid friendly fire.
Alright, so we'll go over that.
High-low.
High-low is a good
It's
option.
probably high-low.
So high-low is useful in two scenarios. One, they don't know you're coming yet, and you want to get as many barrels in the gunfight as possible. Or two, you have a long-range distance, or like a hallway, per se, and you want to try to dominate that hallway as fast as possible without committing to it. So that is an applicable answer. The best chance for me, I like to do what's called flooding or a rolling T. So if we're sitting here, we're stacked up on the wall, ready to go. Real life, I'd grab the guy's shoulder, but obviously it's a video game, we adapt. I'd say something or move my weapon a certain way, whatever we choose to do. First guy is going to come in and go far across. Second man's going to button hook right around the edge of the corner. That way, we're exposing our barrels at about the same time to expose to the threat, getting as many barrels down as we can.
I think I get that pretty easy. I'm the first guy. I'll use this as an example.
Okay.
Let's say, just do this to signal you. Flood in, then I get ready, then you go around that corner.
Exactly. As soon as you move,
opposite ends to avoid friendly fire.
and it's the same concept as the center fed applied to a corner fed. So when I'm coming in, I'm not doing this because you're over there. When I'm coming in, I'm intentionally either low or high when I come around, and then as soon as I break it, then I'm putting my weapon down. Let's go to a room that hasn't been shot up yet, and then we'll practice on the targets there. Actually, this is good. So we can treat this as a corner fed. So, like I said, one man is going to go far. Two man is going to go straight around the corner there. And the second man has to make sure that the muzzle is either up or down, whatever your preference is, so it doesn't flag the guy in front of him, and then bring it up as you come around. You prep a flash, that's on you.
Prepping flash.
Send it. Good. That's a hard one to hit. Alright. So I like it. When he came in, you chose to go right side, so I went left. And then he went center, and I was around here trying to get my shots where I could. This is a really tight area, but you got the principle down.
Check around the corner. Good. Everything looks fine.
Flash.
Flash prepped.
Send it.
Oh, I can't flash you.
Ready?
Ready. One flash.
Moving.
Passing.
See, this is a bad thing right here. I just exposed myself. You got that?
Clear.
Like I said, tactics is always a game of strategy, right?
Alright.
Pending that the developers haven't bugged this out, what's to say we can do this? And then go down.
Did you really just drop a grenade through that crack?
Sure did. So let's clear this room. People in the next room, they're probably going to already know you're coming. So instead of prepping flash, that's where you have to use speed as security. We've already killed everyone in this room.
Shit. Just forgot to load it. If
You're
I
good.
had it loaded,
I heard the
though,
click.
that guy would have died.
I heard the click, so I got you covered.
Alright.
And while I'm clearing this side, you're taking whatever opening you have, making sure no one comes through it. And we move on. Alright, ready?
Ready.
Moving.
Okay. That was a close call. I nearly just took off your shoulder blade.
Alright, flash.
Flash prepped.
Send it.
That my flash you.
Nice. Moving on.
Ready.
Alright, ready? Moving. I think my man's lagging out. Unlucky. Alright, well, finish clearing this out.
I know this as soft cover because concealment, yes, you can, the enemy will have a harder time seeing you, but they
Right.
can still see you. But with soft covers, they just straight up can't see you.
So, this
But
would be
you can
soft
still
cover?
be soft.
Right, this would be
Yes.
soft cover until you've been exposed. Once you're exposed, it's no longer cover because anyone with an LMG, spray down this wall and anyone behind it's dead.
Yeah. Concealment and soft cover is basically the same thing, but one can't be seen through at all.
Correct.